I'm prone to chasing experiences, not really awesome experiences either, like visiting really interesting places around the world or ziplining or anything like that. I'm talking about things like having the perfect song on the stereo when I'm driving on the highway, or sitting in a scenic spot sipping the perfect cup of coffee, that kind of thing, which is great in the moment. But those experiences don't really add up into anything lasting. They happen and they're over. What I finally allowed myself to realize is that I get more pleasure, and certainly more lasting pleasure, when I put my time and my effort into something that might make a difference, like sitting and praying with somebody who's going through a difficult time, or just listening to someone who needs to vent, or like preparing a Bible study for my connection group, or sitting and talking with someone who's trying to figure out where God's calling her to go in the next phase of her life. Those kinds of things take me outside myself, and I feel like I'm serving something bigger than I am. And the good feeling that I get from those kinds of experiences, that points me towards something that I know in my head, but I seem to have to keep learning it in my heart. And that's that God didn't create a world that revolves around me. Seems obvious. That God created the world out of love, that God's love is at the center, and that God wants God's love to flow through me. When I remember that God is at the center and that God is love, that's when my whole life, and not just little isolated experiences, when my whole life seems to have a purpose, that's when it all makes sense to me. Thank you for listening.